All right, guys, we're back. As you can see, this is a part two because my internet and stuff is trash and shut us down after an hour of the first stream. But we're back, finishing up Peacemaker, our discussions and stuff. Boys, what else do you guys want to talk about this subject?
Before we went off the air, Jared was gonna say something about the custodian. So
Oh no, you good, bro.
I
You
thought
can
that was
talk.
gonna be actually a really good point.
Oh
That's why
yeah.
I wanted you to go back to it. I felt like that was definitely
Oh yeah, for sure. So I
curse
was,
your internet, Rich.
well, yeah. I was just saying how like with him and the janitor, when they were talking, he says like, "Oh, like you're the racist superhero." He's like, "What? No, like I don't like I'm not a racist." He's like, "Dude, all you do is kill minorities." Like there's just so many layers within like that conversation between the two of them, and just like, dude, like if you just watch as many white people, you would see them committing crimes. He's like, all right, fine, I'll look out for more white people next time. And again, John, and the fact that he did that with fucking his ass out to the camera, like, it's just like,
all you see is cheeks.
and then that whole like him escaping the fucking hospital too was also hilarious. Like I forgot about that part for a second. It's just like when like, he thinks everyone's watching him.
Like, is anybody looking for me?
He's looking like,
No.
no one's looking for me.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up the janitor because I was just saying that to, when we rewatched the fourth episode, I was saying that to Wayne. I was like, why is the janitor in the opening credit, like in the opening scene and stuff? And I'm like, cause like it just like, are you more important than like just mopping floors? Like I'm like, are we gonna see you again? Like, are you a butterfly?
I think for the most part, it's anybody that he had interaction with.
Yeah,
Because the little karate dude's in it too.
Yeah, but he was more important.
but no,
Yeah, I think
they even had like the old man.
Yeah, I think it's anybody that he had interaction.
Yeah,
with.
I think it is. I think we've seen the kind of probably the extent to like the main cast of the show. So I think it's just like the intro was just gonna involve like anybody that probably was just like a main part of like I guess like sequences of the show.
Yeah. Definitely.
But if he comes back later on, that'd be hilarious too. I wouldn't mind it either.
Yeah.
At the end, he's like back in the hospital and like he's there with the weed.
Yeah, just mopping the floors and stuff. Like it'd be hilarious.
He was a big highlight of the first episode, though, bro. I thought he was hilarious.
Yeah, no, he was great.
He's like, are you trustworthy? No.
He's a great comedic actor. I think he's just also friends with James Gunn. So, and knowing James Gunn, he probably was just like, let me give you credit.
Yeah, but that's what it seemed like. But for me, like when, especially for a series, for somebody to be in like the beginning intro and stuff like that, it just seems like when I see somebody like that as like a minor role like that in the beginning intro, it just seems like, all right, you're gonna come back later for something, or you're more important than. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
that's a good point too, though. That's a good point too. He definitely could be more important than we thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that's the other great thing about James Gunn is he just loves his friends so much that he will just put people in just to.
Oh yeah. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. But then you got to think about it too, because there's so many obscure characters just in DC and Marvel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That people don't know, and boom, just because we don't like fully look up his full like. Character's name, he could be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm using Polka Dot Man for an example because we already know who Polka Dot Man is in this universe, but like, he could have been Polka Dot Man and we didn't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just, that's the only thing. I think it's cool, but I'm like, all right, bro, like, now you're just fucking with me now, man. Stop messing with me, man.
Fucking with me. You trying to fuck on Chow?
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to fuck on Chow.
Chow fuck on you. Yeah.
I was actually just rewatching the third Hangover because they just added an HBO Max.
Oh, word? I saw the trilogy. I know.
Trying to fuck on Chow.
Honestly, the third one's not as bad as everyone. Like, I think it's way better. Like, it's not obviously not as good as the first, but it's way better than the second. Like,
you think it's way better than? I think my personal opinion, the second one is better than the third, but I feel like they're like right there with each other. Like,
so for me, it's like the reason that the third one is my favorite over the second is just because of the fact that, for two main reasons. One, I like that they furthered the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't repeat, which is like my only problem with the second one. It's a literal repeat
Of the first.
of the first one. Here's the thing: if he had been found in a different area, that would have changed things for me. But the fact that they literally repeated it to where it's like he's found like right where they were at the beginning, just like the first one was like, okay, like there was really no furthering of this. Whereas the third one actually furthered like, okay, remember the shit that went down in the first? Fuck you guys now later on. And I even liked how like Mike Epps' one little line in the first one, like, oh, Marshall gonna be mad at me.
Yeah.
Like that one little line you made this whole sequel through, which I kind of like. And the other reason is Zach Galifianakis as Alan in the third one is just so ridiculous.
Yeah, he goes off. He goes off in that
The
one.
scene alone when he's like they have the intervention for him, and it's not even the big crying scene that everyone else talks about. It's when his mom's talking like her like speech for his intervention, and his mom's just like, Alan, I've loved you. But you have to admit, he's like, anybody else getting bored by the story? And then the maid goes to talk to him. He's like, I've cleaned up for you since you was a kid. I've seen things no one should see. And then he just spills the story. He's like, somebody should clean that up. Like, he's so savage to everybody. And then the end, he's like, Phil, you're coming too? Of course, man. Yeah, I love you. Like, I just like, to me, it's like him and his chemistry with Melissa McCarthy. That's the other thing. It's like, I almost forgot she was in that movie. I think it's Melissa McCarthy that he runs into. And the story and shit. Like they're just so awkward towards each other that I was like, why do we not have more movies with these two together?
I mean, Zach Galifianakis is great though. Like, Good Date is my personal favorite movie that he's in.
Oh yeah.
No, Dude Date's hilarious.
Hands fucking down.
Too much, bro.
Hands fuck. The way he walks with the dog everywhere, bro.
Oh my god, bro. That movie
is so underrated. And again, also directed by Todd Phillips, who did Hangover 1, 2, and 3.
And that movie was hilarious, bro.
Yo, when he punches that little kid in the gut.
Oh my god, bro.
His tie.
Right down. You're good.
Yo, when he blacks out on him and just spits on the dog. Jamie Foxx is like, yo, dude, what's good? No, problem. You gotta apologize. No, I'm not apologizing. Dude, you spit on his dog. I spit on the dog. Yeah, man. Look at that shit. Hey, you and Jamie Foxx was so great. You like try to give him the benefit of the doubt when he gave him the coffee with his dad's ash and shit. It's just like get him the fuck out. Him, the dog, the hair, all of it. The perm joke along.
Him, the dog, the hair.
You know where I can get a perm? You know, a permanent.
Permanent.
Yeah, no, that one's pretty underrated.
It's great, man.
Yeah, what's also great about when you rewatch The Hangover is his whole character, Alan, never curses.
A word?
Like, yeah, when you go back and rewatch it, he doesn't say one curse word in any of those movies. Which is, like, hilarious, like, when you then rewatch it, it's like, how much bad shit's going around him, he's just, like, this child. Like, he really is a child.
I would have loved if he was, like, in This Is the End. Like, I love This Is the End.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorite comedies.
Oh, my god.
There was a lot of people in that.
Bro, Seth Rogen is just so funny to me, bro. And so, you know,
I'm not gonna lie.
You know,
you get that
Franco
kind
got
of
some
premise.
stuff going on, but you know what I'm saying? He's pretty funny.
I'll say this, though. You get that premise, like, the writing of a James Gunn, but the ideas of, like, a Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
And you put those together with all those actors again, like, just do some kind of version of that again. Like, that would be fucking hilarious.
I think it'd be hilarious, but do you really think they're gonna do it again?
No.
I was just saying, like,
Well, I meant like if they did, like, you think it would be like, you know what I'm saying? Do you really, like, you know what I'm saying? If they had a script, if somebody wrote a script for
like a sequel to well, I wouldn't probably do it as like a sequel. I would probably do it as like
a movie and
like another like
different apocalypse type of thing, or
or just like I guess something in the vein of like having celebrities play exaggerated versions of themselves.
I just asked that it's not zombies. Like
but it didn't have to be an apocalypse. Like if you just did like a movie where it's just like a bunch of actors playing themselves, and so you had like the writing of like the genius writing and pop culture references of a James Gunn.
Yeah.
But then you have like the comedy and direction style of like a Judd Apatow, because that's more of like the early 2000s stuff we grew up on with that kind of comedies. Like, so you get like the look and feel of like those two things mixed together, along with like the top celebrities today who'd be willing to make jokes of themselves like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could have like a pretty special movie. Again, like even have Jonah Hill come back just to play like the same version of Jonah Hill that he played in like This Is the End, just like this uptight prick asshole.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
Like he's probably my favorite in This Is the End. Like because
Yeah,
he's my favorite
fucking
because
hilarious.
the way he does, like the way he acts in that movie, to me leads to what my favorite joke is. Like the first time I ever saw that movie, I was like almost pissing my pants laughing. Is when they're about to kick Danny McBride out the house.
Yo, he was my
And-
favorite, bro.
But here's why: is
Oh
when
my
his
God.
joke comes when they're kicking him out the house, and he's going off on all of them and why they all suck. And then when he gets to Jonah, he doesn't even go off under it. He just goes, "Jonah, you cunt." It's such a simple joke,
It's so
but it's
savage.
built up so well, which is like how he delivers it, and like just Jonah being that like
Yeah.
prick throughout the whole movie.
I feel like he wasn't really that much of a prick, though. I just feel like they were just being dicks.
He was just so passively
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's what it
annoying
is,
that it's like
yeah.
you wanted to punch him in the face.
Yeah,
like
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Like he was just so like fake Hollywood. Like
Or
that's
he-
what I loved about it.
Yeah, no, that was definitely hilarious.
And Michael Cera was so fucking
Oh
wild.
my god, you want a sip? I
Yeah,
wasted a lot of good cocaine on you people.
He slaps me out of ass. This guy just slapped the shit out of it.
Michael Cera was great in that, bro.
Yeah,
I like Michael Cera though. Like I like.
I love like for like a
God
little
Children
scene
versus the
he
World. I
he
love
did
him.
the most.